Hey everyone, Doctor of Science stuff here, and I wanted to talk today about where blacktop comes from. Some people call it asphalt, but you know I don't like saying that word, ass, so we'll call it blacktop. But it started like centuries ago when the ancient Mesopotamians were building Stonehenge. And they had to put it out in a field because they set up like telescopes and stuff around it. And so they couldn't build it in like the mountains, except it was hard to get those big rocks there back then. Like they couldn't float them on the Nile River because they'd sink. And back then they lived in the desert. So there were no horses. So they were able to find, they used giraffes because they're brown. But yeah. And so the giraffes, they're having them like haul these big rocks, and giraffes got the little spindly thing, and they're twisting ankles and breaking legs, and they're like, hey, this sucks. And so the Mesopotamians, they had to figure something out. So first, you might not have known this. They don't teach this very often, but Stonehenge used to be a lot bigger. Except they had to make crushed gravel, so they just busted up most of the rocks. Right? Busted up most of the rocks, and they made like a crushed gravel, like a driveway all the way out to the field. But it's still hard to walk if you're a giraffe. You got little tiny feet and, these big bodies, and they're walking on the gravel, and they're falling over with these big rocks onto mesotypes and types. And it's bad for morale when you get crushed to death by a giraffe. It happens though. But anyway, so they figured out, let's use tar, because one of them just came back from vacation in SoCal. And he said, we got these tar pits. And so they rubbed tar all over the giraffes and rolled them. And they made roads. And that's how they first started. And they put them all over the world whenever they went. And that's how blacktop got here. Ask me anything. I'm the Doctor of Science stuff.